You think OverZero is going to win? No doubt. OverZero is top 100 at the moment, I think. He's somewhere around here. Any minute now. Somewhere. Anywhere. There he is. Number 70. And AyyJayy is number 9. So he's way, way up there in the rankings compared to his opponent. But we know that that is not always what matters. Because sometimes somebody just doesn't play as much ranked, but they have a particularly good matchup against their opponent who's higher rated. Barely get any money from those subs, surely. Rather donate via PayPal. I mean, if somebody... I guess if you really think that having that that emote, the $10 sub or the $25 sub emotes are really that good, then go for it. So which take the same cut from those subs as they do from regular subs. Anyway, let's get into the game. AyyJayy with the first chance, swatted to safety by OverZero. Oh, he's been scammed, unfortunately for him. In the corner, this should be a goal now for AyyJayy, surely. He's got some work to do, mind you. He's going to play it slow. Interesting that he decided to go for that. He could have gone for a fast centre, tried to just bully it into the net. OverZero does secure the back boost. Not the best wall clear, however. He's dropping an okay in the chat there. Because he knows he could have done a little bit better if he dodged later. He might have had a chance to put that on net. AyyJay's got to be careful not to waste all his boost. He has done exactly that. Will he concede the possession? Not the greatest clear by AyyJayy. When I say clear, I mean he's just getting that one extra touch before rotating out. Always a good thing to do in 1v1. Get that extra touch on the ball. You'll often see pro players do that right after a kickoff. They don't leave the ball in the middle of the pitch to their opponent to have free reign. Instead, they prefer to touch it to the side, and then only after it's in safety will they go for the boost. It's worth mentioning, I know that a couple people are calling this in favor of OverZero, and probably a lot of you are calling it in favor of AyyJayy after his good performance in the recent 1v1 tournament that I hosted. But the last time I saw OverZero play was on Dapper's stream. That's a lovely fake by AyyJayy. And OverZero was taking games pretty much 50-50 against Dapper, and they were just private games. They were not... it wasn't a series, I don't think. It was a bit more casual. They were just chilling out. But OverZero's certainly still up there, and he's always been able to go toe-to-toe with anyone in 1v1 if he's playing fairly consistently. There's certain players in the world that if they're playing consistently, they're always going to have a chance to win. Maybe not be the favourites, because defensive play style sometimes doesn't dictate the game. But AyyJayy, on the other hand, has shown inconsistencies in the past. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to show up today and obliterate OverZero in one of these games, or is he going to drop this due to just not being able to keep it all together. That's a great touch. Look at the deft shot to get it lobbing in off the kickoff. OverZero pretty off to the side there. It's no surprise that he loses it pretty hard. Andrew Pock, welcome to the stream. Appreciate the Prime sub. Hope you're having a good day, man. It's also very interesting to see OverZero now in the Octane. He used to play Dominus way back in the day, switched it to Batmobile for the RLCS 1 LAN, which he won with Lachinio and Kernovi. That's a lovely air dribble to surprise AyyJayy, who had plenty boost. But AyyJayy, I'm sure, expected this to be a fake. OverZero made it look as if he was faking that air dribble. He was just going to drop back down to the ground with the ball, and then it started rising instead. So lifted underneath, or under the bar, but over AyyJayy. Both of these guys US West players, for anybody who was wondering. This is another shot for OverZero, and he's going to take the lead. Good start for the former world champion. Killer Eagle 94, welcome back for the 7th month in a row. I appreciate you, buddy. And now this is the first time that OverZero's really dominated a kickoff, and it's the worst time for it to happen if you are an AyyJayy fan. So now, slight deficit has become doubled. AyyJayy not quite getting up high enough on that one. Just let the ball go right over the top of his car. That's a little bit cheeky by OverZero. He's already had one kickoff goal, but he wanted another one. He was trying to delay his approach and hope that AyyJayy would just hit the ball straight off him. OverZero now just trying to get at worst a 50-50, and he does exactly that. This is really good play. Very controlled aggression from OverZero. He knows that a 50-50 in the midfield certainly something that he is perfectly fine with. You gotta look out for that flick from AyyJayy. It happens so fast whenever he's on the field. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you have seen his... Oh, what a save by OverZero. I was gonna say, I'm sure a lot of you have seen AyyJayy versus Red in the flicks only 1v1, where AyyJayy really showed that he might be the best at that reverse 45-degree flick in all of North America, maybe even the world. I've not seen anybody pull them out with such consistent speed as AyyJayy. Front flip flick, goes over the bar. Doesn't quite get round the ball enough to cut it straight into the open net. And OverZero is just dictating this quite well. He's given away a couple of chances, but they've not been easy chances. At least he's making AyyJayy really work for this. Doesn't want to give away the possession in a volatile situation. Cheeky little half flip to correct the mispositioning. That was a good stall as well by OverZero to make sure that he landed on all four wheels on the wall there. Rarely see that in 1v1. Deliberate stalls. They're happening more and more in 3v3 though, with the prominence of ceiling play. Oh, that's very cheeky by OverZero. I'm not sure if it's a necessary difficulty to be taking into your arsenal of shots when you're already up by 2 goals. But he decided to go for the 360 spin-a-rooney and then try and catch the ball, maybe put it underneath AyyJayy, maybe put it back over him if his landing was better. He's not going to get punished by a kickoff goal. That would have been really horrible for OverZero. If he'd lost a kickoff goal there, he would have had no one to blame but himself, because it was him who threw away the possession that gave AyyJayy his third goal. And not just his third goal, but also gave the kickoff. Brought that volatile state back into the equation. Has OverZero found the open net? Yes, he has. He's still finding these consistent shots when he needs to. Yeah, OverZero is a very solid ones player still. I knew that he would be a good match for AyyJayy despite the ladder rank discrepancy, because I saw him play against Dapper quite recently and it was a close game. Or they were close games. It looked like Dapper had the edge in terms of shots. He had the edge in terms of pressure and possession and boost control. But OverZero had the edge defensively, and that's what we've seen in this game as well. Just been keeping AyyJayy at bay. 20 seconds, 2 goals. Doesn't look like AyyJayy is going to have a chance to take a pop at the net, certainly not twice. And I love it from OverZero. He's just running down the clock expertly here. That's going to be game 1 of this best of 5 to the Californian. I think, I'm not sure where AyyJayy is from exactly. Might be also California. Not 100% sure. Also, I need to, after this, okay, let me just make green screen for a second. There we go. Because now I can tab out without everything completely dying. So I can put a little scoreboard up here for everybody who's going to tune in and ask what the score is. Already up as well. Oh dear, this is all brand new. How do I do this? I've got the new updated OBS and it's fooling with me. There we go. 1-0 for the RLCS Season 1 champion. Best of 5. I think AyyJayy, even from this point, still the slight favourite, because he's not the consistent player, but he is a very explosive player. We all know that. We've all seen that in his brief introduction on stream. Didn't take him long to let us all know that he is a very momentum-based player. That's a huge miss from OverZero. Could have had a 1-0 in game 2. AyyJayy, great chance himself. He's deciding to go for a possession play. This was not a shot from AyyJayy, flicking way high. We know that a player who can flick as accurately as he can would not miss by that margin. Needs to be very careful. AyyJayy had the boost advantage, but OverZero was not starved, and that's something that AyyJayy, I'm sure, was aware of. But in going for a possession play, he's fallen for the biggest trap in the book. OverZero getting the boost steal in the back corner, and then he's just got to pick his poison, and his poison of choice is the mind game. AyyJayy falling for that one as well. 49 seconds in, OverZero looking good. This would be honestly a huge win for him, as he has taken a break from competitive RL. And AyyJayy is a very renowned 1v1 ladder player. and even having a good showing in the tournament that he recently played on my channel, beating several players and taking Lethamyr all the way. Great control by AyyJayy, and he's brought it all the way into the net. OverZero gives him credit where credit is due. This is such good control. Look at that. He just manipulates the ball one way, then the other. Goal of the series so far. No question about it. And still, I believe the majority of possession being won by AyyJayy from face-offs, but OverZero is not really letting that get to him at all. He's doing a great job of securing boost and getting right back into the play. Nice control as well. Could have maybe done a little bit better, but he did well enough. But certainly, if OverZero is not wanting to come back to 3v3 competitive play, perhaps 1v1 is where he needs to put his focus in. This is a great showing for himself. So Wumble, thanks for all the months, 14 months in a row of free subbing. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh wait, that's a $10 sub as well. Whoa, I actually noticed that for a change. Thank you so much, man. And enjoy the one additional emote that you get for throwing £5 in the bin, $5 rather, in the bin. All tied up in game 2. OverZero deciding not to go for a side flip flick there, I believe was a mistake. Yeah, side flip would have given more elevation to the ball there than the diagonal front flip. He's got to be careful not to belly flop. AyyJayy looking for a block dunk. First touch is not ideal. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's done well. He still had much to do after taking a touch that was this wide of the net. OverZero could have saved that. He just front flipped instead of double jumping. It would have been a save if he just jumped twice. Good accuracy on the kickoff goal though, ties things up. But still, I think OverZero's had the better, certainly the better mind game performance so far. Able to outdo AyyJayy on multiple situations. Not just a mind game goal, but he's been reading AyyJay's pathing very well. That's a good touch by OverZero. He nearly gets a save in what was essentially a kickoff goal for AyyJayy. What on earth happened here? I thought OverZero hit that ball much better than he did. If he'd committed more for just a solid dunk and not a flying block there, he might have had a block on the second shot as well. He did pretty much all that he could do after the kickoff went as badly as it did. Trying to dodge early to get a little clip on the ball. OverZero, just after I credit his pathing, he's fallen for a very direct counter from AyyJayy. That front flip to the mid boost, it alerted AyyJayy to the open net. Immediately you went for the tap in. And yes, I am calling it a tap in, even though the distance is there. AyyJayy comfortably striking from distance, and he does again. Good angle as well. Notice AyyJayy deliberately driving underneath OverZero and wiggling a little bit there just to try and destabilize OverZero's landing. Kept OverZero away from the ball just long enough to make the angle strikeable. And AyyJayy will go for possession from this kickoff. I do like that. And OverZero's pre-jumped. He's looking like he might be a little bit tilted, and I talked about AyyJayy being the less consistent of these two players, and I still stand by that as a play style explanation. So in terms of play style, OverZero has got a very controlling style, and he tries to, you know, play counter-attacky. He tries to block a lot. AyyJayy, on the other hand, is a lot more explosive, takes risks. But it is worth mentioning, OverZero does have a tendency to tilt, and this is one of the reasons why I believe he doesn't play more ones, is because it starts to tilt him when he loses and when he starts falling behind and he thinks that he could be playing better and he starts getting inside his own head, and this might be one of those situations. AyyJayy with a bit of a clear ball and what was a free possession if he just took it, and he's given OverZero a goal for no reason. Can I try to say edge? No, I can't. Well, I did try, but I can't say it. I reached the A. Audio's not in sync. Oh, really sorry about that, guys. I'm sure once it hits YouTube, we'll be able to desync or resync it, but nothing much I can do on Twitch, I'm afraid. AyyJayy looking still poised to take game 2. doubles OverZero score once again. But yeah, audio synced on my end, so I'm afraid I can't really do much for you guys who are watching live. The AyyJayy is just bullying OverZero. He's a bit lucky there, honestly. That was risky by AyyJayy. OverZero could have landed on the boost in one of those bumps. What a flip reset that was from AyyJayy, though. Oh my goodness. Getting way off to the right-hand side of the ball. Still getting back in time. This is exactly the place that OverZero is the most dangerous, though. Just making it look as if he's out of the game enough that AyyJayy overcommits. And it's not over yet. We did see a kickoff goal for OverZero last game. If he can get another one, that'll bring us right back into a very, very comeback situation. This actually could be one, and it should be. OverZero's going to get it. Now we're back within 2, 1 minute on the clock. We have a game in our hands. It should have been AyyJay's all the way. But that careless overextension has let OverZero back into the game, and he's going to get a free possession from the fake kickoff. Going for speed and attack for once. Trying to switch things up is OverZero. It's a good dunk again. And he's trying to beat AyyJayy, but I don't know if going for the speed against AyyJayy is the right way to do it. Going for the controlled method, probably going to have more success. OverZero throwing away an open net opportunity, and now he turns to challenge very recklessly. That might be game. OverZero will be thinking to himself, if he'd taken that open net, he was right back in it. He's going to get another one, though, to be fair. This still is very winnable for OverZero. His kickoff has been doing well enough. Is he going to be able to put aside that open net from his memory and focus for the final 16 seconds? He wins it very, very hard. Ball is not going to bounce very favorably for him. He's got to do a lot of work here. Lets it bounce low. AyyJayy is shadowing, but now OverZero's driven under the ball by mistake. He might be taking a bit too long here. The clock is going to hit 0 before he takes a shot. AyyJayy tries to grind it. OverZero keeps it up, though. AyyJay's messing with OverZero's positioning here. He's got so many options. He can let it drop. He can flip into it to knock it into the midfield, and he does that to tie the series at 1 apiece. Both players playing very well, though. It is clear to see that this is certainly a very close match. 10 shots each. Guys, it doesn't matter if the audio is desynced during a series on Twitch. I'm not going to do anything about it anyway. So if you're going to troll me, that's probably the last thing you want to troll me about, because audio desync on Twitch is not something I can do anything about mid-series. So I'm not even going to bother trying. I don't care if there is or is not a desync. I'm not going to do anything about it either way, so don't worry about it. Oh, OverZero's now in the orange car. I wonder if he raced AyyJayy to this. I love the bump from OverZero. He's got a shot out of this, and a great 50-50. Well played. That is so smart from OverZero. He sees AyyJayy coming across his path, gives him a slap, and then he sees him jump in, goes underneath. He's one step ahead. Audio's fine. Yeah, I know audio's probably fine, Toasty. I'm just telling people that if they want to troll me, don't troll me with saying there's an audio desync, because I'm not going to do anything about it anyway. So it's like the least effective troll. AyyJayy is certainly rattled, but OverZero might be. What a recovery by OverZero. AyyJay's realized that OverZero's still in the ball, though, on the ball, and just gone for the boost instead. Decent recovery, though, by OverZero. He's got to be careful here. AyyJayy nearly taking him out the game. But the keep away possession style of AyyJayy has not really been working this match. We saw him using that to great success in the recent 1v1 tournament, just outpacing his opponents. But against OverZero, that is not working. OverZero is matching him for pace and even beating him on occasion. 3 goals up. The thing to remember is that although OverZero lost the last game, he was on the comeback trail. 3 goals consecutively to finish it off. And he started off game 3 with another 3 consecutive goals. It's a good shot from AyyJayy. Good speed, but it's not quite on target. Cheeky little side flip from OverZero to get the ball clear and also avoid hitting the post. important to note. Side flipping, an extremely efficient way of moving around the field. I see a lot of lower rated players going for predominantly front flips and diagonal front flips for moving around, but of course if you're in one lane, let's say you're really far right on the field and you want to be a little bit more to the left, side flipping is a great way to get there. You just continue boosting forward throughout. So full boost situations, side flips are great. And look at that flick from OverZero. Just combining a flick and a shot. One touch and then the volley. Easily takes AyyJayy out the game, whose defense has looked second best for the most part. NB fan 2243, I think I forgot to say thank you for the sub. And speaking of thank you for the sub, Joey Gazus99, welcome. Both of you subbing to Twitch Prime, I do appreciate that. This is smart by OverZero. Knocking off more time from the clock. He knows AyyJayy's no way to go to that ball proactively. Steps forward wisely. It's a great controlled game so far from OverZero. If he can just avoid the tilt, I think it's in the bag. And I think most of you would agree that AyyJayy's got to change something up. He needs to be a little bit more efficient, creating good chances. There he goes. Right as I say it, he plays a very, very smart move. Lets the ball roll back into position so that then he can bounce it up high in front of him so that he can pop it after the fact. If he didn't wait as long as he did to chip that ball, it wouldn't have rolled up. Or it would have just rolled. It wouldn't have chipped in front of him. So it's really smart timing by AyyJayy. How do you Prime sub? You need to have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch account. And then you just click the subscribe button. And then there's an option to subscribe with Prime. Once every month you could do it to one streamer. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you think about it. Amazon Prime, I don't know how much it costs in the USA, but you nearly make the entire money back in subscription value on Twitch alone. Never mind all the services you get on Amazon, particularly free delivery, or at least it's free in the UK. Not sure about America or other countries yet again, but even before Amazon Prime was connected to Twitch Prime, I was all about the Amazon Prime. It's so good. Don't know if I could live without it. It's just so convenient. One of the best things about living in the UK, honestly, I know I'm not talking about the game enough and a lot of you guys will be triggered, but I don't really care. But yeah, one of the best things about the UK is it's... Oh, OverZero, what is he doing? What has he done? Let me hold that thought up here and observe OverZero trying to be a little bit too cheeky and patient, and he ends up just rolling it right into his post for the center ball. It was smart what he was trying to do. He wanted to just catch the ball beside him, then take it to safety. But he ended up just centering it because he took too long to get the ball under control. Now back to Amazon Prime. In the UK is small enough that there's multiple things you can order on Amazon Prime and it's all next day arrival. But I know in other countries where the delivery isn't quite as fast, it might not be that convenient. But in like some Scandinavian... Oh my goodness, AyyJayy is definitely just tilted it OverZero off the face of the earth. OverZero's 4-0 up. First couple of goals that he conceded were not too bad. Third one was horrendous, and now he's just been mind-gamed. So although it's tied, he's got to be feeling behind. Thank goodness he's got a kick-off goal to rescue him from what was a terrible situation to be in. But yeah, like I was saying, Scandinavian countries, if you order something on Amazon, it doesn't arrive for like a month. I could never live there for that one reason alone. I didn't realize that it was so bad until quite recently. Has OverZero given away another goal? He might have done. AyyJayy's missed the open net though. OverZero still playing very smart in the close to the ball situations. But second flick in a row that he's been completely, and he walks right into that demo. This is a wide open net. AyyJayy wave dash to the boost. Can he get the ball in time? Flicks it to the top corner. Beautiful from AyyJayy. Just when he needs to be reliable the most, he reverts back to what he's most consistent at. Easily putting the ball past OverZero. With oh, thank you for timing that out, Tulsi. I was going to do that. Not much time left on the clock. AyyJayy must have known that if he missed that shot, it was going to be probably his best chance of the game. In the past, he could have dodged into that ball, maybe to put some more pressure on OverZero. OverZero's used all his boost, but can he still get a goal out of this? AyyJayy, all he's been able to do is dribble it into his own net. He tries to take it to safety, but he guides it instead into his own goal. OverZero could have put that in much, much faster, but it bounced over the line regardless. A game that really should have been OverZero's in a much more one-sided fashion might still go to him by a single goal. Pretty crazy way to end the game, but AyyJayy might have something else to say about it. No, he doesn't. Oh my goodness, AyyJayy nearly sets up the open net carry. So close. So close. OverZero just did enough to force the drop. And with that, he'll move up by 1. OverZero saying who better to showcase the art form of ones than these two Greek gods. He's not feeling too good about his performance right now. The funny thing is that OverZero finished off game 2 the stronger of the two players, scoring 3 goals, and he had another couple of chances that he could have taken, but he still lost. And then it was in fact AyyJayy who finished off this game 3. For goodness sake, I've accidentally joined Blue Team. Game 3 much faster and better, but OverZero wins it. So who's going to have the momentum in game 4? Will it be AyyJayy, despite the fact that OverZero won? It really could be. OverZero certainly not feeling too well or feeling too good about his own performance. And AyyJayy does have an open net. Can he take it? Yes, he does. Smart play to wait for the bounce. No need to attack this ball with any urgency, as OverZero did dodge. Best of 5 in the title, so it's probably best of 7. No, it's a best of 5. 391 viewers, rip my channel. I never know how many viewers I have. I've not looked at my viewer count while streaming for like, I don't know, months. Months and months. I used to use the Twitch dashboard. For those of you who know what it is, there's a dashboard that shows your viewers, it shows your like connection, it shows your chat, it shows your title, it's got everything. But then they changed it and I didn't like the new one, so I just stopped using the dashboard entirely. Great flip, reset, and ceiling shot from AyyJayy. So yeah, now I just have the chat on my screen, and that's all I can see. All I can see is alerts, chat, and the game. That's it. That's all I need. The viewer count is kind of irrelevant to me, because I've already had record-breaking viewers so many times. I've lived that life. Maybe one day I'll hit the, I think my record so far is like 3,800 3,880 or something. AyyJayy with the post pitch, and he does it very well. That's a good turn on the wall. AyyJayy did well not to fall lower on the wall as he was turning, utilizing power slide. That was really smart to hit the ball with a single jump into the post, and then only after that did he dodge to get the angle. I'm a small time streamer. Yeah, just a small time streamer now. Although it is like 1 in the morning. If I want viewers, I need to stream earlier in the day, or at least I need to not start the stream with strat roulette. Strat roulette is not going to get viewers. Obviously, it's just like it's something I like to do once in a while. Oh, OverZero nearly own goaling. Yeah, strat roulette's a lot of fun. A lot of fun to play. Good job by OverZero. Delaying as long as necessary. All skill, he says. OverZero. AyyJayy saying that his that OverZero's kickoff is very good for those of you who are watching on mobile and are not able to read the chat. I expected AyyJayy to be more dominant on kickoffs, honestly, especially with how well he started. It's good to see with such a focus on side flip shots from OverZero. I think if he just brought side flip flicks into his game, he would be even more threatening. AyyJayy using his own crossbar to clear. AyyJayy still has to be careful. OverZero's low on boost, but the ball is certainly not safe. Looks like he might just be able to get it clear, but just as I say that, both players beating it back to back. That is a incredible amount of bean in one segment of play. AyyJayy finally had a chance to just run the ball to safety, passes it to OverZero, who passes it straight back with whatever the opposite of a boomer is. That's what OverZero just did to the ball. Will he be able to tie it up? He should be able to give it a good bash, but AyyJayy with a comfortable save. And this might be another goal. It will. OverZero not fast enough in the recovery. This is a problem with air dribbling into your opponent's net. Is OverZero, despite the fact that he landed on his wheels and he's straight back into action, he's still having to come from that extra distance, and his opponent is already taking the shot. Indeed, OverZero's kickoff is still holding very, very strong against AyyJayy. And what a shot, nearly creeping in. AyyJayy did go to the back corner boost. He realized that he was going to be out of the game for OverZero's shot no matter what happened. Went for the boost, hoped for the miss. The miss happened, and then he just counterattacks with all the boosts that he's got. Good recovery. OverZero should have seen that coming, though. He's got to know that if he lets AyyJayy land at his wheels before he jumps himself, that AyyJay's going to be right back up there and taking a second shot. Oh, again, OverZero gets denied. It doesn't look like he's going to go for a fast recovery here either. If I'm AyyJayy, I'm slowing this down, making OverZero come back, but AyyJayy didn't even check to see what OverZero was doing. I knew as soon as OverZero missed that open net that he was not going to recover fast, and AyyJayy did not care. He just went for the open net himself. This is going to be tie series if AyyJayy can take this, and that would go to the ace match, which is good to see. I knew that this could be a close match. It was always going to depend on just what type of OverZero shows up, because he is the less practiced of the two players in recent times, at least in ranked 1v1. But he has held his own for the most part. Noticeably on kickoffs, he's been doing particularly well. OverZero's kickoffs have been doing great for somebody who doesn't rate himself as a ones player against AyyJayy, who was dominating kickoffs in several matchups. In fact, remember, or was it? No, it was Timmy who lost to Killarican really badly in kickoffs after demolishing. Who did Timmy beat in kickoffs in the 1v1 tournament? I can't remember. Oh well. It's been pretty 50-50 though. When I say OverZero's been doing well in kickoffs, I'm not saying that he's winning or he's only in this game because he's winning kickoffs. It's been pretty tied up all the way through. Both these guys matching each other blow for blow. It looks like OverZero says, alright, I'm done, as he tried to get underneath AyyJayy, but just couldn't get the bump or the demo. And AyyJayy, quick in the recovery, knocks it back in. I would hate to be OverZero right now. He looks to be quite tilted with this game. I mean, he could just forfeit this. This is something... Discussion time, boys. Do you think... That's cute. Do you think that people in Rocket League or Pro Rocket League should forfeit more or less often? And by that I mean... excuse me. It's getting lit over here. Some pro players never forfeit. What are we witnessing? Why is AyyJay's car leaning? Excuse me. Explain the physics here. OverZero simply accelerating, and AyyJay's car is like, yes, this is forcing me to lean, because that makes sense. But like I was saying, do you think pro players should forfeit when they think a match is over? Or do you think... Oh, look at the acrobatics. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I'm so glad they stopped playing and did this instead. This is groundbreaking. Literally groundbreaking. AyyJay's wheel is inside the ground as this is happening. Are they going to hold for the final 4 seconds? Oh, he decides to kick him off. That's beautifully done, though. Play of the day. And it's not even a goal or a save or anything related to the ball. It is, in fact, the celebratory entrance to the final match in the series. I've never seen that before. Either. Me neither. That's actually nuts. He's just doing a Rocket League... skateboard trick, I guess, is the only way that you could describe that. Did you guys know that was possible? I didn't. I did not know that was possible at all. That's pretty nice, though. Pretty nice, indeed. But anyway, final game is here. AyyJayy back in the red team. I think this is going to favor him. He'll feel faster. But will he move faster? He needs to be quick off the mark. OverZero threatening early. I don't know where OverZero is going, though. Decided to take a quick holiday to the side of the field. Oh dear. Oh dear is all I can say about that one. Not a good start, and in a lot of games where OverZero starts badly, he can also finish badly. He's got to try not to beat himself, because AyyJayy is going to certainly help him out if he does. OverZero not looking as composed, even now. Playing a little bit more edgy and aggressive than he did earlier. Has a good chance that he's taken it well. AyyJayy never even close to saving this one. What's my opinion on pro players forfeiting? I think that pro players should be totally allowed to forfeit. Like, let's say there's a team who are losing 5-0 in RLCS and there's a minute left. They should be allowed to forfeit. Because in the current state of affairs, they're just forced to continue playing. And it doesn't, I mean, it's good for stats, but it's not really good for viewing. I mean, I don't mind it. The beauty of Rocket League is it is just a 5-minute game. And I guess in theory you can have a comeback from any situation. But I'm not really against it. Some players get completely ripped to pieces for forfeiting. They're like, if somebody leaves with a minute left in the clock and they're already losing 10-0, everybody's like, whoa, rage quit. This guy needs an attitude adjustment. Whereas really, they're just like, oh well, I guess we're going to lose. I'm going to go have my dinner, you know? They're not mad. They're just hungry a lot of the time. Can AyyJayy get the save? No, he can't. OverZero back in the lead. Oh, what up, Killer Rican? How you doing, buddy? Good enough flight by OverZero, but I'm not sure why AyyJayy was moving forward. Oh, he says he thought OverZero had no boost, and OverZero says he didn't have boost. So AyyJayy was correct in his assertion, but still taken out the game by a really good flick from OverZero. Will AyyJayy look for the backboard? No, he won't. Instead, faking an aerial very low. That wasn't a very convincing fake from AyyJayy. OverZero correctly identifying that AyyJayy is going to be back in time to save a shot if he were to take one. And not much to be said about that shot from OverZero. Less said the better. Ooh. Another quite slow one. Apparently they've both left the party, so they just didn't want to be in my party, but I don't know why. Not sure if that was affecting them or anything. Again, sorry for the yawns. I've been awake all day. It is 20 past 1 in the morning, and this is the last thing I'm going to be doing on this stream. Don't consider me uninterested. Just extremely tired and lacking caffeine. OverZero tries to take a leaf out of AyyJay's book and bring the reverse 45-degree flick into the game. Doesn't work, and then immediately after, he's gifted AyyJayy the equalizer with a great pass. He was trying to flick it directly into the goal, I believe. It's the only thing that makes sense. After looking to see what he did and what he could see. Again, OverZero, excuse me again, correctly, he's got a good read on how quick AyyJayy is getting back to his goal. By that I mean, when AyyJayy is going to be able to defend an OverZero shot, OverZero seems to be very, very well aware of that, even if AyyJayy isn't visible on his screen. He's just got a good idea in his head of where AyyJayy is at all times. Still though, doesn't make it a free goal by any means. There's still a lot of work to be done. Like right now, he knows he's going to have to put this past goalkeeper to put it in, and he does so with an almost undefensible shot. That's very well done. OverZero might have been able to sneak it in top right uncontested, but he went top left, which is always wise if you think there is going to be a goalkeeper to put it behind them. At least then if they do save it, the save is probably not going to be a good clear. Now AyyJayy gets punished very hard by another bad pathing decision and a bad landing. Wobble from AyyJayy. Don't think it would have made a difference, though. I'm not going to lie. It looked like he was too far out of the game to make the save, regardless of the wobble. And he is down by 1, courtesy of his greed for boost. And speaking of greed for boost, OverZero wants to take a little bit of a boost journey himself. It's really surprising that both these players have done the exact same mistake back to back. AyyJayy going for the side boost when he should be going back to his goal. OverZero does the exact same thing. AyyJayy says worst series he's played in his life. Still have been good moments. Some good defensive plays. I think the kickoff game has just been the thing that's made it relatively uninteresting for these guys to play, because there's been a fair amount of kickoff goals, a fair amount of one-sided kickoff possessions, which is not what players enjoy to do. They actually want to be able to dribble around the field and, you know, make saves, not just have uncontested goal after uncontested goal. That's a decent contest from AyyJayy, but OverZero bumped him out of it, and OverZero does get a shot opportunity, takes it well. That was a really interesting play by OverZero. He could have gone for this boost, but instead he waited under the ball, and then only when AyyJayy goes for the boost in the corner does he take his shot. Very interesting. That's straight away identifying the problem which conceded him the 5th goal and fixing it. That's why these guys are some of the best in the world. They find out their problems and they fix them, not just in the middle of a game, but right away. OverZero realized he overgreeded for boost, so straight away, next play, doesn't go for the boost at all, goes for the ball instead. That's a good shot from AyyJayy, fashioned well. Just refused to leave OverZero alone. It's a bit of a panic from OverZero to pop the ball off the wall. He's trying to go for a pinch, but instead, he could have just taken control, looked for a roll up the wall or maybe a 50-50 infield. But we are completely tied up. Final minute approaching. And it's probably going to be the biggest bean minute of the entire series, knowing how well this has been going. AyyJayy not getting the landing on the boost that he wanted. He still comes out with the possession. Firing high against the backboard, which has been pretty well defended. AyyJayy not asking too many questions of OverZero with high backboard shots. The few that he has asked have gone answered with relative ease. 45 seconds. AyyJayy still in control of the play. OverZero with a very simple slow boost grab. He waited long enough for the ball to sit in safety, and then, only then, did he go for the boost in the corner. Very smart, but it looks like AyyJay's contest is good. Will he get the shot? No, he won't. Gets the rebound though. OverZero panicked. He could have cleared this. AyyJayy missing on an open net by miles. OverZero could have not just intercepted that rebound, but if he had gone for it, he would have probably scored. The ball would have bounced off his own corner, and AyyJayy was out the game. If OverZero had just gone for that play, he could have had the lead. Instead, it is AyyJayy with the lead, and now OverZero's got it all to do. He's getting bumped from behind, and AyyJay's going to go up by 2. Just like that. The margin for error is so small. And OverZero tries to get away from AyyJayy, but he can't. And in doing so, he would have ran away from the ball as well. It's kind of in a lose-lose situation. And then barring a kickoff goal for OverZero, that will be game. Speaking of kickoff goals, AyyJayy seals it 6-9. OverZero saying, why does AyyJayy never get bumped? There have been a couple of weird bumps when I play Rocket League on stream recently, but when I'm off stream, not gonna lie, it's smooth as ever. Unless you're playing on a server which isn't your server. But these guys, both US West players, 2 of the best US West 1v1 players. Of course, there is Dapper to consider in that conversation. But that is it. GG's. OverZero was not quite able to take down AyyJayy. He tried his best. And I really think that OverZero's biggest problem in his game is just mentality. It's got to be his mentality. It was visibly crumbling at times during that series. And AyyJayy perhaps needs to work on his defense a little bit. Offensively, he looks very, very sound. Looks like he's able to take apart just about anybody with that flick of his and his shot. So when he doesn't miss the open net like he did at the end, of course, more than fine. Defensively, though, OverZero did, I think, slightly better than AyyJayy, not going to lie. He was the better of the 2 when goalkeeping was required. Of course, these guys can do this all day. I'd love to see them try the double dribble that Ocelon and Flores have been trying before. But that is it. I'm sure if they do it for long enough, I'll just leave. World record or not, I'm not that interested to see how long they can carry the ball. I remember the first time I saw somebody doing this was a Gambit's video way back when Rocket League was just brand new. Might have been beta, might have been just after. And it was a simple all-star aerial play where he just deliberately missed the aerial and then he carried the ball into the goal instead of, or he didn't go for the aerial, he just caught it and carried it into the goal. And I was just like, Mind blown. This guy can carry the ball in Rocket League. How? How can he do that? And now you look at everybody in the world. Everybody can carry the ball. It just shows how much the game has progressed in just 2 years. But GG's is called. AyyJayy takes it.
Please tell OverZero I love him full of.
Oofed. Quality. So much quality. Oh. Nah, there's been worse. These guys are being too harsh on themselves. They're being too harsh. Alright, I told him, King Spectre. Yeah, GG's hens. I'll tell him. Looks like Steam has chosen the perfect time to disconnect, or just go offline rather.